Hi, welcome to Architect Tips. The purpose of the channel is to teach you some quick tips in Photoshop tailored towards architectural visualization, which will hopefully speed up your workflow. Let's dive right in. Hi, I'd like to talk about the Marquee selection tool. It can be found here on the toolbar or by pressing M on the keyboard. When we select the actual tool, we notice here we have 4 different icons. This is what I'd like to run through with how these are used within this tool. They are also used with the polygon lasso tool and also the magic wand tool. The first icon is the new selection tool. If we click and drag a box, this makes our first selection. If I was to click and drag another box, it deselects our first selection and creates a new selection. The second icon is the add selection tool. If I was to click and drag a box, the cursor automatically has a add symbol. So now if I click again, I can make another selection and I can make multiple selections without anything being deselected. The third icon is the subtract from selection tool. Now the cursor has a minus symbol. So now if I select and drag around any of these selections, as you can see, it starts to minus those selections. The fourth icon is the intersect selection tool. So now I have an X in the cursor. So now if I was to make a selection, anything that is within that new selection is the only part that actually remains selected. We can also add to a selection or subtract to a selection or intersect a selection using keys on the keyboard as well. So if I was to make a selection using this first icon, if I hold down the Shift key, this now allows me to add to that selection and make multiple selections. Inversely, if I was to hold the Alt key, I can now subtract from those selections. And then if I was to hold the Alt and Shift key together, that gives me the intersect selection. One of the uses I use this tool for is if I make a crop of an image and I want it to be non-destructive. So I can show you that now. I make a new layer, I drag a selection, I fill that selection with black. I deselect, which is Control D on the keyboard, or you can do select, deselect. So now I have a black rectangle on this new layer. I need to duplicate that layer now. There's a few ways I can do that. I can drag that layer down onto the new layer icon. That creates the new layer for me. I can press Control J on the keyboard, which duplicates that layer. Or with the layer selected and the Move tool selected, I can hold down the Alt key and that also makes a duplicate layer for me. I then position these 2 rectangles to see how I want to crop my image. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be really appreciated if you give it a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on more useful tips. Thank you for watching.